Designator, my name's Dan, and you're watching my vlog. So, quick, before we begin, I want to apologize for the fact I'm not using my camera and filming this, nice and set up. As I promised I'd start doing, I have had software rendering issues, my computer is giving me a bit of a trouble, and I've been sick, so if I start coughing in the middle of the video, I'm sorry, I can't edit it out. So, let's begin. So, there's been a lot of BuzzFeed videos out of women, or apparently, women asking men questions, like some that are clearly done, some that are like for instance, like 20 questions that women have for men. What some are like utter bullshit. Like one of them wasn't even a question. Like the notebook is just a fact. I'm like, no, that's a fucking opinion. So in response to this, women asking questions to men and Asians asking questions to white people and black people asking, this whole trend of asking questions, which SJWs love. The amazing atheist, TJ Kirks, decided, hey, you know what? How about we return fire and ask them questions? So he did a video called questions white men have for SJWs. So some of the questions included like, why do you keep talking about a pay gap that doesn't exist? The one I remember very well was when Atheist Unstoppable said, hey, do you guys understand the concept of linear time? And he literally drew it out. He had it drawn out, said that things that happen in the past, and things happen, and though they affect the present, they're not happening. Like again, things like wage gap or just certain job discriminations. And then you had Chris Reagan talk about the fact that feminists don't like to use the term egalitarian, despite the fact that they claim that feminism means equal opportunity for men and women, so therefore, egalitarianism is about equality. So, TJ did this, and then another YouTuber by the name of Tyler Preston 20, who I am also subscribed to, took this and ran with it. I mean, he really, he said, TJ's got a good idea. I'm gonna run that. And he did a lot of things that I found interesting. He's so far done 3 videos as of the recording of this. The first video was called Questions Black People Have for SJWs. And some of them they're doing like, one other person asked, why do, why do SJWs assume that black people are helpless? Why don't they acknowledge black on black crime? Which is, I gotta admit, there is a statistic that proves that you're more likely to be you're likely to be killed someone of your own ethnicity than someone of. I mean, I'm most likely to. Well, technically here I'm more likely where I live, because I live in a largely Hispanic neighborhood. I'm more likely to be killed by Hispanic, but I'm also likely to be killed by anybody taking the bus. But yeah, if I were living in last year I was living in a largely white neighborhood, I was most likely to be killed by a white guy. Probably his gun not going off when he was cleaning it, because it was a very Republican neighborhood. So, that's true. And the questions they asked are, very, straightforward. Why are you talking about things like cultural appropriation? It's kind of stupid. They talked about, the BS with institutionalized racism. I mean, Tyler comes out and says, hey, if you want to get rid of institutionalized racism, get rid of affirmative action, which I said in the past I am totally for, because affirmative action promotes one race over another, whereas what I deal with at work was equal opportunity employment. It basically says everyone's got a shot, and all you gotta do is impress the boss. Yes, there are assholes and racists. We all run in. The video also has a second part. Well, not a second part. It's called a sequel, where called More Questions Black People. That came out about 11 o'clock on July 18th. So I was just getting off my shift at my job, and I saw this, and I clicked it on. I'm like, ooh, this might be good. And it turned out it was actually pretty good. I actually stopped from driving out of the parking lot and sat down and watched it. When I got home, and I was getting ready for bed, which I should be asleep right now, but I started making this. He managed to get a hold of clips of ex-Muslims. I'm like, oh my god, this is brilliant. This is utterly brilliant, because we can finally shut this SJWs up with people who have lived through it. They talked about why don't the media like to talk about Islam. Someone was like, why don't you like to say the fact that Islam is involved in terrorism? Why the fact that, it's faith? Why is the faith linked to the color of their skin? The fact that Muslims kill everybody who's not, sorry, I will use my terms right. Why do Islamists and jihadis and fundamental? Let's use I guess maybe a broader term would be fundamentalist Muslims like to kill They'd love to kill me because I'm an atheist and because I don't believe. But I'd probably be a little bit lower on their list compared to a Muslim apostate, which many of these people were. In fact, many of them didn't even show their face. Only like one person. And I don't blame them, because if you have people like ISIS who literally would kill these people. One last person to come on basically talked about how she was in an abusive relationship here in the States, and that how even in the States that this will drive you nuts. Something I don't even get why SJWs would stand for this. This is in the United States. The police are not allowed to interfere with Muslim marriages, even when they're abusive, which I know we're supposed to respect from religion, but I think the point in which someone is being hurt should override that. It's like the first law. It's like the 3 laws of robotics. Oh, you're given an order to not do something, but the first law says, do not let a human life come. Do not harm a human life or harm become an action. I think it's a police officer saying this is one coming to harm by inaction. We need to stop this. So I was very, I'm very proud of her that she came out and said it, because I know how I can understand how that would be very traumatic and very hard to talk about. But I'm glad that came out. I'm glad that these people are making these videos, and fuck you to the SJWs who want to go, well, you're safe spaces and this, and you're still saying you're being racist. I also, again, I'll go back to Tyler's when he's doing the black people. They cover Black Lives Matter, and they're said, why do you think? Even they asked, like, these are black people. These were not like. They were asking, why is all lives matter racist? It's black. The saying that it's racist is antithetical to what Martin Luther King proposed, that all lives are important. And I've always said that. That's right. As you've seen in the past, I believe that all lives are important, regardless of, sex. And I'm like, finally, they're saying people, and this is proof they're not all white people. Okay, they came out wrong. What I'm trying to say is, this is proof that not all the people who are upset with the BS are only white people, as the SJWs like to claim that we are. This proves that, no, there are many of us. In fact, I hope that Tyler, and even if maybe TJ and him will collab, and maybe they'll get Latinos or Asians and all these other, get a large sample that way to basically corner the issue and say, look, you're wrong. You are weakening our society. You are letting us, and you are literally treating us like children. Black people aren't children, because I hate to say, but SJWs really do treat them like children. I don't. I have many coworkers at my work who are black, and I treat them as freaking people. I'm like, hey George, and he's like, hey Dan, because that's what he's just a guy. He's a guy who I work with. We'll talk about things. Like one of my coworkers is into boxing, and we'll talk. I'm not really into boxing, but I like to box a bit. So it's like, so I'll ask him. He was a former boxer. I'm like, so can you tell me some stories? I know I'm going off topic, but see, that's the problem. Is I hate. I think his name is Duquette. He's a guy who was on the Tyler's both his black ones, and he's apparently into wrestling, and he was at one point saying, "Why do you insist on trying to put things into categories? We're individual." I gotta admit that I'm tired of this whole communist idea that everything we want to be. I understand taxonomy is important. As humans, we like to classify things, and taxonomy is important. Evolution biologically, it's very important. Although feminists don't want to acknowledge the biology effect on sexuality or consumerism, because that's it's becoming like Hitler. But they love to put us all in these neat categories, and when we defy the categories, they get angry and try to force us back in there. Hence what they call. And they even talked about it. I think at least one of the black. Again, I don't remember all the names. I'm gonna look them up. But these guys, I checked out on these guys' channel. These guys are, against these SJWs. They said, hey, and gals. So there were women in there. They said, why do you call us, like, if the black people, like, why do you call them sellouts or white or Uncle Toms? Because they, either don't adhere to stereotypes, because why would anybody not want to be a stereotype? Why would anybody want to, transcend themselves and make themselves a better person? That's crazy. Apparently that's white talk. Apparently me saying, hey, do you want some help, to get better? Apparently going to college is only for white. That's ridiculous. Or apparently an Asian thing, only to a white and Asian thing. So apparently, according to the SJWs, don't even try, which is messed up. No, I'm sick and tired of the SJWs, and I'm glad that these people came out and spoke and said this needs to end. That people should be allowed to have a different opinion. We should stop. We should stop trying to assimilate this collectivist. I don't want to become the fucking Borg. I am happy being an individual. I am hard to define on purpose. People like to be. Yes, I have certain things. Yes, I'm an atheist. Yes, I'm anti-SJW. I am pro-choice. I am classic liberal. I have curly brown hair and green eyes, despite the fact it looks like I have black eyes. Woo! But those are. I'm so much greater than the sum of my parts. I love the fact that people are saying SJWs are trying to get rid of those. They're trying to make us all nice mold die cast. That we're all, I used to have this like Power Ranger doll kit I got, like action figure kit I got from my my godfather, and you literally stick the Power Rangers. This is like clay into a mold, and then you heat it, and then boom, you'd have like action figures, and it was pretty. Apparently, that's what they want. They want us all to be, die-cast people. I don't believe in that. I believe humans are a lot like instruments. We're very similar. We come from but like for instance, a guitar or a violin is never going to sound. It's never going to sound exactly the same between two. Despite the fact you will literally try to make everything the same, and you can adjust it, but there are minor tonal differences that make each instrument unique, and each has a history. So, like the violin, I think we should play our life story the way we want it. Make it beautiful. Don't let these fuckers tell us what to do. We are people, and they shouldn't even be talking. My name's Dan. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to hit like. And if you would be so kind to subscribe if you're not already. I would really like to grow. Leave a comment if you want. And I will see you later. Peace out.